I guess I'll start out by saying I liked Gav's premiere. It was good. No, I liked it a lot. It was great. And I'm not saying it as a general, oh, it was great. Yeah, I liked it. I'm saying it more like, it was great. I loved it. It was so much fun. I love the action. I love the mystery that it has. I love where it's going. But this is not a review. In fact, that's pretty much all I can really say about Gavv. It was good. It was great. I liked it. I can't wait to see what we have next. So about Gotchard. Since this is not a review, I'm more so going to talk about the transition period from season to season because I'm kind of feeling it now. In my last not a review about Gotchard, I was asking, am I just getting old? Is that it? Is Kamen Rider, is Reiwa Rider just not for me? Am I getting old? Is that it? Am I just getting old? Do I just not want to watch Kamen Rider anymore? Is that it? And I've been feeling that throughout Gotchard because super ironically, Gotchard is like the one Reiwa season I actually sat down to watch from beginning to end right before our discussion, which is up on my channel, by the way.
Marcos, what's your gotcha?
My gotcha is to watch better shows. I did not like it. Gotchard was not for me when ironically it had pretty much everything I wanted. It was based on cards. It was based on alchemy. It had a really interesting premise. I liked the suits. I liked a lot of things around it. Thank you, Gem, for this. Gem and Fee, they got me the one card I did want from Gotchard aside from like the Legend X8 one. There's the one card I got from Gotchard. I'm satisfied. I do not need anything else Gotchard related except maybe the driver when it's like $10. So it kept running through my head like, what was wrong with Gotchard? Was there something wrong with me? Am I actually getting old? Is it just a show that I'm not into? I mean, I really shouldn't be thinking this much about a children's show, you know? Like it's done. I don't even have to like talk about it ever again until I get to like History of Gotchard in like 5 years. But other than that, I don't know, just something's pulling me towards it, especially during Gav's premiere. So I did watch Gavv with my friends Kezza and Thomas. Together we formed Tokusatsu, and it's super fun. And we did have a lot of fun. We were like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. That's so awesome. Oh, it's great.
Ooh. Oh, that's hot.
And that got me wondering, how come I didn't feel this way during other seasons? Even with something like Geats, where Geats actually has a very, very good episode 1. It's probably one of the best episode 1s, or one of the best debut starting episodes for a Kamen Rider season. And there I did think it was good, but I'm not like gushing like I am here. You know, like you can see on my face, I was really hyped. I am hyped for what Gavv has to offer. And to add another layer on top of that, I don't even like Gav's suit. I think it is horrendous. I'll probably never like it. It'll probably grow on me, yeah, but I'll probably never say, oh yeah, I like Gav's suit, because I honestly don't. I don't see myself liking it even like years down the line. I think it's a terrible suit, but everything else around it, I loved. I love the gochizos. I love the mysteries. Like I said, the action was probably some of the best we've had for especially a debut episode since like Wizard, and Wizard had a fantastic debut episode, fantastic debut action scene, and Gavv just blew everything like out of the water. I loved it all. And that's when I realized, oh wait, I think I do know why I'm enjoying Gavv. That's because I was hyping it with my friends. This is gonna sound really cheesy. It's gonna sound like something I've probably never like brought up in the channel before. This is gonna sound like it comes out of nowhere. But I think I liked Gav's premiere more than any other premiere because I had a connection to it with my friends. A lot of people will tell you that pretty much everything ever in the history of mankind, video games, TV shows, movies, everything is so much better with friends. You gotta do this and this with friends. And yeah, I get the sentiment. I understand why that happens. I know in past History of Kamen Rider shows, I had comments like, you should have watched Kiba with your friends. You might like it more to make fun of it. And like, yeah, I get it, but I'm critiquing a show on my own, you know, like I will have fun with my friends another time, but on a like review basis for a show, it's myself. I'm sure you understand that. And that's why it's been clicking with me so much. Like, yeah, I didn't like a lot of things in Gotchard. I even binged it just to see if it got better, and to me it didn't. But the transition between Gotchard and Gavv, like, It was kind of like this. Like I knew a little bit about Gavv. I knew that it was going to be based on snacks and candy. I saw the driver. If you follow me on Twitter at Marcosatsu, you'll see all my unhinged ramblings about like, oh my gosh, the Gavv belt is really ugly. I hate the sounds, but I really want it. Or every time I say something positive about Gavv, I always have to follow up with, but I still hate the suit. So going from Gotchard to Gavv, it was very small. Like I kind of even forgot Gavv was happening until like the day before the episode aired, or even like the day of. I almost forgot it was even airing in the first place. But then, as Kezza and Thomas and I do every week, we would sit down and react to like the latest Boon Boonja episode. And this is gonna go into a bit of a cheesy ramble, so excuse my delightedness as I talk about these memories connecting to Kamen Rider. As of recording this, Paramorphicon 2024 was only a couple weeks ago. And there I saw Kezza and Thomas. Kezza for the first time. Thomas I've met a couple times before. But this was really our first time that we were together, grouped. And there was just this great connection that I loved. We were together pretty much 24/7 for like 3 days in a row, and we were just having fun nonstop. Like we went to Knott's Berry Farm with our other friends. Yeah, and of course our other friends were there too. Mako, Hobie, Sentai Guy. If you guys know Sentai Guy from his Lego channel and slash Toka channel, he was with us too, and that was probably the time of my life. It was one of the best moments I've ever had. And whenever I talk about my channel and Toka content here, I've brought this up a couple of times before, where my closest friends, my best friends, I would even say, were best friends not because of Tokusatsu. In fact, my closest friends, like my friends that I consider the absolute closest and my bestest friends of all time to me, they don't even watch Tokusatsu. They don't know, like they know little to nothing about it, but they're my friends for a reason. And then I felt this connection with everybody else that was there too, with the Airbnb crew. When we did talk about Tokusatsu, it wasn't very much, really. We were having fun as friends, as people. And so when we did watch Tokusatsu, it felt a little more special because, like I said, my best friends don't really watch Toku. I love Tokusatsu, but I like other things too. And then when I have this connection with these people that I consider very close friends, and we actually watch like a Jungle Fury or do the King Oger dance like in the morning, it just feels a little more special. And yes, in the moment, I felt like it was great. But then coming back home to all of this and then, the normal life, that connection, there was like a void there. Like, of course, we're not here right now, but watching Gavv made me feel a lot better.
Whee!
Oh my gosh, this music's so good.
I'm hyped!
It made me enjoy Kamen Rider to its fullest, in a way. Gosh, this actually is super cheesy and corny. I'm so sorry, viewers. I'm not sorry that I'm sorry, but I'm sorry that you weren't expecting this, especially from a Gavv review when it's not a Gavv review. Well, words are words and all that. And I guess to add a little more to this overall corniness that I'm talking about, it wasn't just Gavv, because I started to feel a connection more to other Tokusatsu. I started watching Kamen Rider Saber and Kuga and Dogengers with my wife, and I've never felt this invigorated in Tokusatsu before. And yeah, I have talked about Tokusatsu burnout and that you should stop and all that. And I did. For a while, I felt like I wasn't really doing anything with anything Toku related, except for like watching either an episode with my wife or working on a video for the month. But even still, it was very little. And then coming back, it felt great. It feels like I'm watching a Tokusatsu for the first time again. And I hope a lot of you get this feeling too, because yeah, I think Gavv, as I kept saying, it is a very great first episode, but it's made even better when you have a personal connection to it. It's made even better knowing that I will have this memory of me watching it on Discord live with my friends and us reacting to it, and plus it'll be uploaded on Kezza's channel, and Thomas, I'm sure, will talk about it too. And then we still at each other on Twitter about this stuff. And I know Kezza this morning was like, I hope Gavv has this is related to like Kiva in a way, and I say, I think I hate Gavv now because it's Kiva, haha, we're joking. And then Thomas talking about his theories, and I'm like, oh, Thomas, you know everything about Kamen Rider, and I feel like a fraud most of the time because of this, but it's in good fun, and that's pretty much the bottom line to me. Whether it's a bad show, whether it's a show I don't like, Gotchard, at the very end of it, at least it's a memory. At least it's an experience. It's something fun to talk about. Like when we talked about Gotchard in our discussion video, I just kept going on about how much I didn't like it, and I still had fun. Like the suits were still cool. I still like a lot of the music. Like it's still fun to talk about with friends. It's still fun to watch with friends. It's still fun to do anything with friends. I was watching more Kamen Rider Saber with my wife, and I've already had a lot of Saber toys in my possession. But I got the Falcon driver from Anime Jungle in Little Tokyo when I was with the Tokusatsu crew / Airbnb crew, and I just pulled out all my toys, and it's just so much fun. It feels good. It feels good to be a Kamen Rider fan. It feels good to be a Tokusatsu fan. It feels good to talk about this stuff to you guys. As corny as all this is, and I'm sure someone's gonna say something online about how weird this is, but it's what I love. It's what I do. I love Toku to death, and I hope that goes to you too. Whether you like Gavv, whether you thought it was the worst premiere episode of all time, whether you liked Gotchard, whether you thought Gotchard was the worst show of all time, even worse than Kiva for some reason, it's still your opinion. It's still your experience. It's your memory. It's you typing down in the comments how much you liked or hated this show. And that's really all that I could care for. Your opinion matters more than mine. But my experiences are mine alone. And I'll always have Tokusatsu to thank for that. I also got this Gavv revolver from Power Morphicon. I don't even like Kyoryuger. But hey, it was $30. I had to get this. Like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. I've just been playing with this like non-stop. Dino Charger, engage! Unleash the power. This is so much fun, guys.